Well, alrighty guys, it's yet another build day. As you can see, I have marked my lines for the foundation. This should be the center of my 8-inch blocks. So I took the half size of the width of the block, which is 8 inches, cut that in half to 4 inches, doubled that to 8 inches, and made this 29 and 4 inches. When 8 inches of the block are added back in, it should put me right at 30 feet. Math sounds right, right? It looks like I've been eating lots of Cheetos. But anyway, I got the line to determine if my lines are square. I used the 3-4-5 technique, but what I did was I doubled that, so I went a little further out to give me a little more accurate since I got 30 feet stretch. So I did a 6, 8, 10, and my lines are perfectly straight. So I'm happy with that. We got a 2,100 square foot floor plan marked off. We're going to start digging for the foundation in this corner, because this is the lowest corner. It kind of goes up, so we have to dig into. So by that area up there, we might be 4 feet down, and we're going to be 2 feet here. So it might go up 2 feet. I don't see it going up too much. But anyway, so we're going to get the excavator filled up, and then we're going to start digging. So exciting, guys. This is it. This is what we've all been waiting for. Hey guys, I found myself somewhere. Where am I at? Huh? Where am I at? I'm lost. Oh, wait a minute. Here I am. This is just my foundation trenches. I got them all done, except for a little stretch from right where the bucket's at to that corner. Ran out of fuel, so I gotta refuel myself, then refuel the excavator and finish up. We got it pretty much dug out, just a little more tweaking on it, and we'll be ready to start pouring foundation concrete. But there's my little building. Yep. Storing tools. Alrighty guys, well, that's it for this clip. Next clip. Oh, whew, a lot of work, guys. But it's break time. Well guys, forms are going down. We're going down. We got one going this way, and we've got one going this way here, going down that way there. And so we've got a small fraction of it done. We've got rock in the truck. We're going to lay down some rock into the forms now, and then we'll build it up to where it's about 12 to 14 inches of concrete footer. We're going to put rebar in here as well. We'll get started on pouring concrete really soon. I'm pretty damn excited. This is going to be about 15 inches wide by about 14 inches thick concrete with 2 pieces of 1/2-inch rebar going through the entire foundation. I've read some where there's no rebar required for a foundation because it's compressive strength rather than tensile strength, but I figured I already do things way overboard, so let's go ahead and do it overboard and get it done right. Because I want my house to stand here for what, 100 years? Yeah, let's put a 100-year lifespan on this house. Alrighty guys, this place is really starting to look like a construction site, I tell you. We got our first 16 feet of footer poured. As you can see, I left it slanted off with rebar coming out of it, so that when I continue my concrete this way, it's going to kind of lock in to this slanted here, and it's going to slant up and lock in, and the rebar will hold it in place. Idealistically, you want to pour your footers all in one go, so it's all one solid piece, but someone like me, I can't do that. I got to do pallet at a time, and I got 16 feet off of one pallet. That's pretty impressive, I think. I think that's very, very good. So next pallet's going to go this way, and we'll just continue on until we are done. Well, all right, guys, this is where we're at. We got 16, 17, 18, whatever feet that is. We got some going this way as well. And everything's coming out really nice in this corner. Our joints where we have joined pores are actually turning out pretty nice. I don't like the crack in that one, so we'll have to fill it with mortar when we get going on our blocks. But yeah, so this is where we're at. We're just pouring and then building forms and pouring and building forms. Now, some say, well, why don't you just pour straight in the trench? Well, I'm not skilled with concrete to just pour it and be like, yeah, that's level. So by putting in these 2x3 forms, what we're doing is basically giving us a guide to where we need to level it off. Now, the concrete is pouring against the trench, the sides. So we're actually going to have like an 18-inch wide footer by, a lot of people say, oh, a footer needs poured all at one time. Well, that's not necessarily true. They were doing multiple pours on footers back in the day all the time. So don't listen to people when they tell you can't do something. Do your research. Discover the truth. And the truth will set you free. Certainly set my footers free. So all we're doing is slowly moving around. We got 70 feet back there. We got 30 feet back there. And we got another 50 feet right here. So a total of 200 feet of footers poured. That is about 13 pallets of 80-pound concrete. Sounds like a lot. And for the one mixing it all with the little mixer, it's a shitload of concrete. But today, all we're going to do is we're going to add to our forms. Let's get over there. Alrighty, here we are. Here's where I pretty much stopped. I have to dig out this crumbly area here, and then we will be able to create our corner and keep going out that way. I've got enough forming material that I can do another 20, 30 feet of forms today so that we can get to pouring. And I don't know if you've noticed it, but right here, the trench is deeper, or it looks deeper actually, because the walls are higher than, say, over here. And that's because as we come this way, the ground level goes up, and back that way it's rising just a little bit, not too much, but it is rising. So we had to keep the same depth all the way out, so that when we get out there, it's the same level footer here as it is up there. So, you know, pretty simple construction rules, right? Alrighty guys, we're back. Hope that music in the background don't cause any copyright things. If not, I'll share, who cares, right? And we've got our top forms. And the reason why I didn't do forms is because I'm using the ground as a form. And when I get it up to the top, I know that that is perfectly level, because I've worked at it to get this perfectly level. So when the concrete's up here, I just scrape it, I float it all the way down, and then I know that my footers are exactly how tall I need them. And then we're going to continue on with another pallet next weekend. All right, so we're going to pour this. I'll show you when it's all done, and we'll move on. All right, see you in a few. Alrighty guys, while I'm out here transferring water, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got done so far. I've got my forms. I got enough form for another pallet. That's about how much a pallet of concrete does. We got all that to do down that way there too before we can start putting our blocks in. But we got all the way down this way, all the way down to this corner. And then we got all the way down there. What do you think, guys? Got all kinds of debris out here, and got to spray it down every time I come out just to make sure that we're keeping it clean. But I think it turned out pretty nice so far. Now, as long as I can get my forms up, I can continue and reuse them down the way there. Look at all that. That's a lot of concrete, but it's going to be a big house. 2,100 square feet, guys. So, and I wanted to add my little chute for the concrete. That is working out really good. I am going to add about a foot up, and that will really help things out, because my mixer dumps down. When I put it on the last slot to dump, a little bit falls on the back. So if I put another foot up here, it'd be cool. But yep, that's where we're at. We're going to continue on hopefully this weekend. One more pallet. Good morning and welcome back to the channel, folks. We're out here out on my property, probably maybe 300, 500 yards away from my house. And this is where we are building the new house. I just wanted to update you on our progress and show you what we have done so far, explain our plan so that we can get some input on what to do next and how to move forward. We are amateur builders. We have experience maintaining our own homes and rebuilding structures and stuff, but this is going to be the very first ground up build that I have ever done, and I'm doing it almost by myself. I have cleared a road. It's a long road, and I've cleared that myself with just a chainsaw, a chipper, and that land clearing beast right there. That thing has been used so much for land clearing. What I would do is I would go and, like, if I was going to cut a road through all this here, I would take my chainsaw and cut all the big stuff down to the ground, right ground level. I tore up a lot of chains on my chainsaw doing it, but I cut them ground level, and then I would take my mower up on the highest setting right there, and I would just start cramming it in there and just chopping up everything. And that's how I cleared most of this area here. And up in here is when I got the excavator, the little mini excavator right around the corner here. And then I started using it, and it made it so much easier because I was able to get roots out, the little stumps and everything that was left behind at ground level. I was able to get all that out, and now this whole area here is basically root and stump free. I got a little stump right there that I'm starting, or I have been burning out, but right now we're under a burn ban, so I cannot burn anymore right now, so that will have to continue as soon as that is lifted. But anyway, as you can see, the house is going to be right here. It's going to be a 30 by 70 house. It comes out to roughly 2,100 square feet. It's going to be a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, giant bathroom, giant corner tub, jacuzzi style tub that my wife has always wanted. And I'm going to have a stand-up shower because I don't take baths, I shower. And it's going to have a giant kitchen with a 10-foot island in the middle of it. That's something my wife requested in this build. And it's going to have a decent front room. No dining room because we don't use a dining room. Our kids are all grown up and moved out on their own. They have their own dining rooms. But as you can see, I've got it all cleared off. And my little building over here, I'll show you that in just a moment. But once my house is built, I'm going to have a retaining wall, because now let me back up a second. The land goes up a little bit here, and I did that for a reason, because here in Texas we get some really bad rains. And on the right where my truck is, you can actually see my truck tilting down. That kind of slopes off. So the house is going to be up on a hill, and everything around it slopes off. And I did that so that I could run some weeping lines along the foundation to carry any water that does get up against the house away and keep the foundation as dry as possible. And that's going to create these blocks. It's going to create a wall, foundation wall, maybe 3 blocks high, and I'm planning on creating a retaining wall around this side of it, and that's where I'm going to have a flower bed. My wife loves roses and all that stuff. We're going to have a deck coming off of it and down into what is going to be the carport, because we're going to have a carport right here. It's going to connect to what is going to be my very large 50 by 30-ish shop that's going to go across here. House first, shop next. But I've been prepping the ground over here as well, getting it ready for the shop. It's going to be another adventure, but we'll get it done eventually. I'm still pretty young. So all of the house, the entire house, all the lighting is going to be LED 12-volt lights. I did that in my house in Commieland, and it worked out so nice. I never had to pay for power to light my house, and it provides plenty of light. Let me tell you, you'll see eventually if you subscribe and follow our channel. You'll see it. Okay, right now that one small conduit is coming out this way, because right over here I'm going to dig a hole and I'm going to be burying this tank in the ground and creating a little building over the top of it, because I want to keep it insulated, because it gets very cold. It'll get down to minus, or not minus, thank God not minus, but it'll get down to like 6 degrees here in Texas. So I definitely want to sink that into the ground so the ground kind of warms it and keeps it from freezing. And the building I have around it is just going to allow me to get in there. And it seems overwhelming sometimes when I'm out here and looking at the entire setup here. It seems very overwhelming, but I just take it one day at a time, one job at a time, and that brings us to the foundation. I've been working on this foundation for about 2 months now, and it's taken me longer than I wanted, but it's pretty much done. It looks really dirty right now because, you know, wind, rain, and everything. It's bringing dirt onto my my footers. It's blowing all my empty bags in there. Like I said, we're in a burn ban, so I can't really burn all these bags right now. I just got to hold on to them until it's time. But I've got my foundation done. I can pretty much walk all the way around it, and it's all level. It turned out really nice. Turned out nice. When I get ready to lay in all my blocks, I'm going to have to clean it. I will pressure wash it all, get it all cleaned up, scoop out all the dirt that has fallen into it and everything, and then we'll be able to start putting our blocks in. And as you can see, the ground level does go up. So we're going to be like 5 blocks high, and on the other end we're going to have 3 or 4 blocks up out of the ground. But that's okay, because that fits in with my plan just perfectly. And as you can see, we got it all the way down here. And this would have been cool as a kid, because I would have put stuff over it, and I'd have like a military trench, and I could have trench warfare with all my friends. That'd be cool. But I'm adult, so on to adult things. So yeah, we got it done all the way to there, and we're almost done. But this is where my forms came together, and I was only a 1/16, maybe an 1/8 inch difference. So I know that this is the higher side here. So we'll start over here first. But yeah, I can walk all the way around this entire thing right here. I can walk all the way around it. There are some areas that I have crossboards in that I'm gonna have to remove so I can actually lay in block. But yeah, I can walk all the way around it. It's pretty cool. As you can see, this is going to be 2 blocks high, and then we're going to have 3 more blocks up. So you can see it is going to be higher off the ground here, or out of the ground here. Not a big deal. It all fits into the plan, guys. So yeah, as you can see, it comes all the way around here, and all my bags are falling in the trench. Comes all the way over here. So as you can see, I just have that little corner left. I'm short. Actually, I'm 5'8", so I'm pretty good. So yeah, that's about it for the foundation. The blocks are going to start going in the next week or so. I don't have much time before we really start getting cold out here, so I got a lot of cleanup to do and prep. I got to put in my string lines so that my block foundation goes in there straight. But yeah, man, this has been a job. Like I said, I'm almost doing this all by myself. We don't have much help out here, but for me doing it by myself, it's moving along pretty nice, and I'm having a good time doing it. I sure am. But very soon, I'm going to be digging a trench out here. Once my foundation gets up, and I'm not able to build, because the thing is during winter, I don't want freezing. I don't want the boards get wet, and then it freezes, and then I'm stuck with frozen boards, and that's going to increase the chance of rot and damage and warping and stuff. So once my block wall is in there and my concrete's poured in the voids, and see, that's something else that I get the opportunity to do, is when I'm building above code, and I'm doing things for longevity, like my foundation, or my footers for the foundation. Code says that they need to be 12 by 12. And code says that I do not have to use rebar. But if you noticed in that far corner, I have rebar. My footers are like 15 by 15. And that's above code. These blocks here, code says that I have to have every 4th or 5th hole filled with concrete. Well, this wall that's going to be up out of the ground, every hole that is more than 2 blocks high, every hole is going to be full of rebar and concrete. Because this wall is going to be the one that's going to be stressed sideways more. So we're going to have it so well reinforced that nothing will bring this house down. Not even a tornado. Let's hope not. So out here is going to be the septic tank. We're actually going to be building our own septic tank. We're not going to buy one because cost of the septic tank, the size of septic tank I want to put in here is like $1,500, and the septic tank that I have been designing is going to be $500 or $600, so it's going to save us quite a bit and not be much work at all. I'm not going to go into that design yet, but when we come to that, then I will definitely let y'all know and share that plan with you. It's going to be an aerobic. Am I saying that right? It's not a conventional. Let's just leave it at that. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much where we're at and what we're doing next. The next update video is when I'm going to have all of my block in. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay free, and if you got work to do, get it done. We love y'all.